Where are my married people? I am here to talk to you today. What I want us to talk about today is how to keep the flames, the light in the marriage up or alive. A lot of us are married. A lot of us also in the marriages are struggling or the marriages are struggling. And we tell ourselves, I've disconnected from this person. I don't know how to keep him alive or keep her alive. We have grown apart. We are not more doing things together. That's because there are certain things which you guys are supposed to do in a marriage that you guys are not doing. When you guys were dating, there are certain things that you guys were doing that was keeping you guys closer and alive. Or when you guys just got married, there were conversations you guys were having, things you guys were talking about, things you guys were doing together that were keeping you guys close. But now that you guys have stayed in marriage for 3 years, 4 years, these things have departed. You have to find a way to bring back the light or the life in that marriage. Some of the things I think we can do to keep our marriages alive, first of all, is to talk about your families. That's starting a conversation. Some people get married, they don't know your childhood, or yes, you tell them some part of your childhood, but not everything. You can never tell everybody everything about your childhood while you guys are dating. Those are some of the things you talk about in marriage. When you guys will talk about, oh, the person I feel like I admire most in my family, that's the person you admire, you look up to in your family. We all have those people in our family. When you were growing up, you were looking and you tell your partner, have this conversation. It's just to make them that, okay, when I meet this person or when they meet this person, we're, oh, so this is the person my wife was talking about. It already tells them how that person should tell you or how you grew up in your childhood. Tell them about the person you trust most. We all have our trusted confidants in our family. Somebody that you know that, okay, if it's 1, 2, you call that person and tell them something, okay, they'll either advise you positively, they'll help you. We have those people. Talk about them. It will help your partner in case something happened and you need to go to someone in your family. Because it's not just everyone in your family you run to or your spouse will run to. He has that particular person or she will have that particular person to go to. So you guys should talk about that. That's having a conversation that keeps your marriage alive. You are sparking something that you guys will talk about. Talk about your family traditions. What you guys love doing when you were young, or the family traditions that you love, that you want to pass down to your kids. The man has his, the woman has hers. So you guys should talk about this. And then now, when you guys are talking about it, you guys will evaluate which one the both of you guys can pass down to the children. That's making your marriage feel that you guys are together. This is in marriage, not before marriage. Because there are certain things that you say you discuss in marriage. So you keep this light to keep the light in the marriage alive. Talk about your love languages. Yes, when you guys were dating, when you guys just got married, the spark of time, you guys, you were close to each other, but when you grow in marriage, children start coming, work load start increasing, other things start increasing. You guys might drift a little bit apart emotionally. You guys have to sit and reevaluate how you guys want to rekindle that emotional connection. Ask your partner, how do you want me to handle you? When I'm talking about sexually. Ask your partner, how do you love when I handle you sexually, or how do you love it? You guys should have this conversation, because many people don't understand that when you drift apart emotionally, it makes you guys feel distant in a marriage. And if you don't talk about it, it's going to stay dormant, and your marriage is going to stay dormant. Talk about your favorite way you want to be communicated upon. In marriage, when you grow in marriage, when children start coming, the way you talk to your spouse changes. You guys have to have this conversation, sit and reevaluate. Like companies that have a fiscal year, they reevaluate and make new policies, change old ones. That's the same thing we have to do in our marriages. You have to sit and talk about those things. Talk about how you want to show love to your family, your husband's family. Talk about these things. Say the ones you don't want your wife to do and the one your wife don't want you to do. That is a family that grows together. You guys have to always sit and reevaluate the things you want to ameliorate in your relationship. What you want particular to do that makes you special. What your partner does that makes you special. remind them and tell them and appreciate them for it, for treating you that way that makes you special. See, one thing in marriage is appreciation. No matter how small it is appreciation. When you make your partner feel like they are doing something that makes you special, they also appreciate you for something. And you see, it brings gratitude and love. They feel also that, okay, whatever they are doing is not going unnoticed or for granted. You have to tell this. Love is an action word. So it's not only about the letter LOVE. There are a lot of things that are embedded in love. So you have to tell your partner how they treat you specially. That makes you that makes you feel cherished and cared for. You have to do that. You have to talk about the first time you had a heartbreak. Oh my God. Some of our partners don't know when we had a heartbreak, and they don't know how to treat you when you are in pain. Heartbreak is pain. They need to know how you went through that. Now, this is just a purpose of having a conversation and laughing over maybe your how naive you are, certain things you did in the past that you cannot do now. And your partner understands how you have grown, how you have matured, how you have become a better person of that person you were. Maybe you are not a bad person, but you were just naive, you do not know better. But now they see that you have grown to a man or a woman that they are seeing in front of them. It's having a conversation and make them understand that you are open to talk about just everything with them, even your past. Some people don't want to go to their past, and their partner start feeling, oh, if she does not want to talk to me about her past, that means there's something that she's hiding. You know, you guys should talk about your future together. Talk about your future together. You cannot be living with someone and you guys in marriage and you guys, when 2 years pass, you guys have to reevaluate and talk about the future together. Pick a goal and work on it together. That is how you keep the light in your marriage burning. Pick something and then you work on it together. Talk about the places that you guys aspire or want to travel to as a couple, as a family. Let your family, your husband know that okay, you are planning on the future. We are planning on the future together, even though we are married. There are people who are married, but they are living like they are separate. So when you start talking about this thing, they understand that you are still in the marriage. Talk about your mental health to each other. Mental health has to do with your stress and how you want to handle the stress, how your partner can help you when you are dealing with a stressful situation. It is important because some people come back home and then they are stressed from work, they are stressed from businesses, and then when their partner wants to ask them, they don't open up. Talk about how stressful you are and how they can help you. They can help you when you are going through this process. It's going to make them feel like you want them more. What challenges you're going through for the moment. Tell your partner the challenges you're going through at the moment in that marriage or at your job site. They might have a contribution that will help you overcome that challenge. But if you don't talk about them, you are quiet and you are dealing with that challenges, and your partner notices that, and you by default you want to distance yourself from anything that is negative or that is stressful to you too. So you need to talk about these things. So my dear people, there are many things that we can do to keep our marriage or keep the light in the marriage on. But this is what I think we can start doing. I'll be doing other videos and listing other things we can do to keep the light of the marriage alive. So while you are at it, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Stay blessed.